Hey folks, this is Coach Shanelle. I know y'all are sitting here going, Lord, is she already on these 2017 videos? And I am. I hope that you folks brought the new year in and it was great. I hope that your 2017 is already starting out bright and beautiful. And I am going to get you folks started already. I'm not going to wait. I know it's a Sunday. Yes, I did go to church. I started out my new year in service. And it was a wonderful service. I went to Movement Church here in Richmond today because I had an event with that I went to attend with the Young Entrepreneur Group here in Richmond. Shout outs to them for having the first workshop of the year. That was awesome. Being able to see some other young entrepreneurs and what they have and how their dreams are going. But I wanted to talk to you folks today because some of you have been following me and some of the things that I've been saying about getting your dreams together and moving towards your goals in 2017. And a lot of people were contacting me because I had this whole flow of saying that vision boards weren't enough and that you had to be moving forward towards your dreams and that you had to have a strategy. You had to be able to implement things if you want to be able to accomplish your goals. And so I wanted to start out the new year with a thought process for those of you who are trying to grow into your dreams, where you want to do something and you're trying to change directions, but you're not sure how to get started. I want to encourage you to tell you this. There's a lot of people who will tell you that you need to make big leaps, that you need to do a bunch of different things, and they will try to tell you need to do training and you have to get a coach and you have to invest tons of money and you have to get sales funnels and you have to do all these different things in order for you to change your life or change your business. And I wanted to encourage you to tell you that my recommendation for you, if you're in a place where you're trying to accomplish your goals, is to start with one thing. Again, one thing. One goal that you're trying to accomplish. It doesn't mean you can't have goals throughout the whole year, but to start with one goal that you want to focus on. And with that one goal, decide what things you can do daily differently to move you closer to your goal. And what do I mean by that? Okay, for instance, I knew that I wanted last year that I knew I wanted to get out of my job. And I knew that I wanted to get out of my job and I wanted to be able to move into business. And so while I was at my job, I was still doing my job, but I was thinking about my business. I was thinking about ways that I could establish myself. I was thinking about ways that I could brand myself. I was thinking about what I wanted to do in business. And I had already had a small business over several years, but that was a change to be able to go into full-time entrepreneurship. And so a lot of people are looking at me and all the things that I accomplished last year, and they're like, how did you do that? I did it one step at a time. I didn't start out the gate knowing how to do everything. I didn't start out knowing how to do video editing and doing a website and doing business cards and branding and traveling as a speaker and SEO and all these different things, content and digital academies. And I learned all that stuff throughout the year. And it was because I was doing it one step at a time. Again, one step at a time. And so, first I knew I needed help on my image. And because I knew it wasn't so much that I didn't dress well, but I wasn't dressing like where I was headed. I knew I wanted to be a speaker. I knew I wanted to have people know that I was a person who was an authority figure in that subject area. I knew I wanted people to want to photograph me when I was at events. And I knew part of that is how you look. Your look and the image that you have does attract certain attention to you. And so I knew that was something I needed help with. And so as a result of that, I got an image consultant. And that was one of my first steps. My first step was getting an image consultant so they can get me together with how I was looking. And before, I dress, a lot of people always used to compliment me on my dressing and stuff like that, but it wasn't a cohesive look. And so my image consultant was able to show me a way in which I could dress and look the part of CEO, because as the owner of my brand, I was the CEO. Okay. And in order for me to make sure that people could know the knowledge that I had, I needed to look like the knowledge that I had. And so I needed to pull a look together. And so she helped me to see the difference between a nice look and a look that looks like a CEO. Everything from the jewelry that I wear, the dresses that I wear, the types of heels that I wear. It does portray a certain image. I can't be talking about I'm going to sell somebody on, thousands of dollars for a package, and then I have shoes that look like they were $3. Okay. And I can't be on a stage saying I want to be at a high profile event, with a dress that's ill-fitted. I can't be saying that I want somebody to put me on the marquee at an event and I don't even have nice headshots. And so that's what I'm saying. For me, I knew the look was part of it. And the look not only allows me to stand out amongst the other professionals because I wear lots of bright colors, and I like that my personality is very energetic. And I cut my hair. I had hair that was a lot longer, and I cut my hair because I knew that was going to show that I was serious. It was going to show a lot more of my personality, and it does, and I love it. And when I wear it like this, people can tell I'm a little funky. That much I love. And then when I wear it straight, I look very much the executive image, which is what is a part of my brand. And I love that. And she was able to help me with that. And also the help of a stylist who was able to do some shopping for me. They showed me which colors look good on me. And as a result of that, I was able to pull together a look. And then I went a step further. Once I got to traveling and speaking, I realized there were some other things that I needed to learn how to do. Like I was traveling a lot and I didn't know how to do my own makeup well. I mean, transitioning from daytime to nighttime, preparing for an event that might be upscale at the last minute, because sometimes you'll get that as a speaker. You get into town and they say, you know, we enjoyed you speaking. Can you come to this black tie event tomorrow? And then you need to change your makeup and you might need to put on some lashes. And so that was something that I had to work on. And so I decided to contact the makeup artist I had already worked with and ask if she could do a private makeup lesson with me. And it was that I wanted to be able to learn how to do my own makeup to look like a professional, so that if I had a gig at the last minute, if I had a function at the last minute, if somebody asked me if I can come and speak that evening, that I could go up and look camera ready. And she was able to do that. And she did one side of my face, and then I had to figure out how to do it on my other side. And then I kept practicing until I got better with it. And I'm saying that to encourage people to say, if you're starting from square one, that's fine. So did I. I started from square one. I did amazing things, but I was starting at square one with a bunch of things. It's not to say I didn't know how to do anything, because there's a lot of things that I do know how to do, which are my specialty areas, like content creation and process improvement and systems, because I have a skill set from the workforce. But the other things in terms of what it takes to put your brand together, to project the right image for your company, to be able to travel as a speaker, to be able to create digital products and do a virtual academy, to be able to correspond with clients, to be able to hire multiple contractors, all of those different things I had to learn. And I had to learn them very quickly because my business took off so quickly. And so I want to encourage people, if you need to grow into your dreams, if you're trying to change directions, start with one thing that you can do. One thing. Just one thing that you can do to get started. And don't push yourself to do a ton of things all at once. Just start with one thing you want to be able to master. And then when you get to the point of getting that thing done, then work on the next thing. But you don't have to be thinking that you're an expert in every level, or telling people that you're an expert in every level when you're really a master of none. I see so many people who act like they're a guru in every area, and then when you get to actually talking to them, they don't have little knowledge in that at all. They're not even intermediate level, much less an expert. They're actually more of a beginner. And here's my thing. Not everybody needs to hear from an expert. You don't need to be an expert in every single thing in your business, but you need to know enough to know how to be able to keep your business afloat. And then as you learn and grow and you bring in more revenue, then you can get somebody to help you a little bit more. But you don't need to know everything from the beginning. But you do need to be interested enough to know a little bit so that you can get your business afloat and keep it moving. And so think about what it is that you can do each week. That could be a weekly step to help add value to yourself and your business. And so you're going to start again with one goal. You're going to do one thing per day to move you closer to your goal. And at each week, think of what is something that you can do that week to bring you closer to what you want to accomplish in your business. And let me give you some ideas of things that I might do in a week. So for instance, today, like I said, I went to the Young Entrepreneurs group, and they were talking a lot more about monetizing things online. So that was one step. I started out, obviously, like I said, in church. Church is a part of me. That's my foundation. And that helps me to keep moving forward, to have a connection to my faith. So that is something that encourages me. It keeps me going. It starts me off right. So that's something that I do to encourage myself. The Young Entrepreneurs Group is something that I could do to learn some more about some other things and to see some people that I may not necessarily know. And I didn't know anybody there. So that turned out great. Another thing is tomorrow I'll be doing a mastermind session. I'll be participating in a mastermind session. And so that's something I'll be able to do. It's the mastermind with some other entrepreneurs who are in different cities, and we get to talk about specific concepts. And so not only do I get to share my knowledge, but I get to hear from other entrepreneurs. So a mastermind is something. Today I won a book at the Young Entrepreneurs Group. So I'll be reading in something. And it's also on, online marketing, again, areas that I need to learn more about online marketing, because I haven't maximized my potential yet in that market. Do I make money online? Yes. Do I make enough where I feel like I've maximized that and I'm at an expert level? No. Is there an area, an opportunity for me to grow there? Absolutely. And so I continue to invest my time in learning that. Another thing is I have a committee meeting with a board that I'm on, which is coming up on Tuesday. And so I'll be investing my time giving back to my community on that committee. So that is an investment to make sure that my face is out in my city. Although I travel and I speak at a lot of other major cities, because Richmond is not a huge city. So I speak in DC, I speak in Baltimore, I speak in New York City, different parts of New York, DC, those different places. I still need to make sure that I have some connections to my own city and my community, and that I know what's going on there, because this is where I live, right? And so that's another opportunity. Your step might be that you are going to get out of the house and meet some new people and tell somebody about your business, right? Once a week. I recommend that you do it more than once a week, but if you're starting fresh, once a week is better than nothing, right? It might mean that you call that person you got the business card from if you went to a networking event before. It might be that you're reaching out and calling people and connecting with them. It might be that you're reading some articles about things that you need to do in your business. But what is the thing that you're going to do to invest in yourself and to invest in moving you forward and towards your goal? You need to do something every week to move you towards your goal. Again, every week. This has to be a continuous process. You're building habits. Habits is going to establish you. Habits is going to get you into a different mind frame. Habits are going to allow you to get closer to your dream. So you need to establish new habits. If you want to do something differently, you have to change your actions. In order for you to change your actions, you have to establish new habits. You have to do things in a different manner. And so start thinking about what are some things that you can change. In the sermon this morning, one of the questions that he asked was, what is it that you're willing to sacrifice in order to get you closer to God? And it was showing you some things that could leave out of your life in order for you to get closer to God and connecting more with him. And sometimes we keep things in our lives that we don't necessarily need anymore. It's not to say that they didn't serve us at that time, but as you're trying to grow and you're trying to do things differently and you're trying to change the course of your life, sometimes there's some things that need to go. And we know what those things are. We know what those time wasters are. We know what those people are who aren't encouraging, who are not positive. We know those things that we procrastinate with. We know those things that drain our bank accounts and money. We know those things that drain our energy. You know what that thing is. I don't want to tell you what it is. Everybody has their thing, and some of us have multiple things, right? But whatever it is, think about what it is that you can sacrifice so that you can move a little bit closer to your dream. This is a very short message, but I just wanted to start out the new year and make sure that I'm asking you, what is the one thing that you're going to do to move you closer to your goal and towards your dreams? Start with one step to move you closer to your dreams. And I guarantee you, if you're taking one step at a time, you will get there. But you need to at least start with the first step. And people often say they didn't get there, but oftentimes they're not even starting with the first step. You got to be able to move towards it in order to get to it. And you got to be focused enough and care about your own self and your own dreams enough that you are willing to take the steps that it takes. And in order for you to pick up the pace, you need to at least start with the first step, right? And so I hope that this was helpful. I hope that your year is starting off with a lot of energy. I hope that you keep the momentum going. Feel free to continue to tune in for video tips this year. I'm going to enjoy working with you and sharing content with you as I did in 2016. If you have something that you want me to assist with, if you want to try to reach out to me, my information's below. And outside of that, have a wonderful day. Have an amazing first week of 2017. Look forward to talking with you more. Take care. Bye.